doing? It's Jessica. I'm back with another video. You guys, I was busy today. I had to wash clothes and all types of stuff. So if you have been cleaning, actually, that was a whole nother word. You may be nesting. Anyways, so to get to the point, as you see, this witch tried to siphon your energy and lost her gifts, honey. So I feel like the Lord's like, yeah, I need you to crack that laptop open. So I had a prophetic dream, okay? And I told you guys I have several dreams in the same night. It was a couple of parts. I think this was like the second or third dream. I think it was the last dream actually. Like, yeah. So it was the last dream. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna plug this up because I was planning on sitting on the couch, but I want to make sure I get everything out and people can learn from this. Okay. So in this dream, there was a pool. I just want to get into the last part, Lord. Like, to be honest, because this, I'm like, please, let me just skip all that. Okay. So, in this dream, I was in a house. Okay. The house was downstairs, the meat and potatoes of it. With it being a house and it being downstairs, I know that this was something going on in the physical realm. Okay. I knew I was being monitored because I can feel it. Also, before I even walked in the room, I was outside and I felt a monitoring spirit. And the gate was broken. Okay. So I was talking to the pastor about this, and I typically don't run dreams back to him, but I wanted his perspective. He said, this could be a sign of someone having an open door. Okay. So you have to go in and renounce things. Okay. That means like, when God allows the enemy to come in, because the enemy cannot do anything, he don't run it like that, it's because you have an open door. Okay. So whatever you need to do, go ahead and renounce it. If you have a habit of like drinking alcohol or something like that, you have to renounce the alcohol, but you also have to renounce what the alcohol would influence you to do. Okay. And that's just an example. It could be something else. All right. So just getting right standing with God. But this witch, I was in a room and there was an air mattress and there's also a twin bed. And in the room of the air mattress, I was like, oh, this is so-and-so's mattress. It was a family member of mine. And I was like, oh, I need to return it because they're no longer here. So I called the number to return it. And as I'm calling, I'm speaking to a woman on a call center, right? And this woman on the call center is collecting information from me, right? So as she's collecting information, my spirit was like, something's off. Something's not right. I was like, this is a witch. And then I was like, no, this is not a witch or whatever. But also whatever was being done, this person was doing some type of ritual in my sleep. I'm aware of this because God was telling me the witches can do rituals and stuff like that in your sleep. And then they can actually like speak. Okay. So you could go and speak in the realm. Right. And I was hearing her like, oh no, I'm not a witch. Not that's not a witch, but I'm not a witch. And I'm like, okay, it's not a witch. I second guess myself. Don't ever second guess yourself with this. Like your first mind is always right. Your first instincts is always right when it comes to the Lord. The first thing, God always beats the devil to whatever he's going to do. So that's why I say don't second guess yourself, because the Lord lets us know immediately. So then after that, she collects regular information. She was like, oh, have you had the mattress for 30 days? I'm just using that as an example because I don't remember exactly what she said. And after that, I was like, yeah, I answered all the questions. And she's like, I am a witch. And she starts spinning something. And I don't really want to get into what she looked like, but she definitely looked like a witch. But then God opened my eyes, right? So mid phone call, by like the second or third question, I get a vision. So God is actually showing me this woman in waking. He's this chick, the one for me was on TikTok, and this may be for you too. She was on TikTok and I could see her hearts. Her hearts were going up. People were liking it. So I assume whatever she was doing, she was live. She had probably picked me out from some of the words that I have given and whatnot. And she was live and she was trying to siphon my energy. And she was also trying to do like a destiny swap and all that, so on and so forth. But for whoever this is for, God may be teaching you more things about warring and how to fend for yourself in the spirit. So what God had me do today for this specific thing, I thought it was so cool because he started teaching me more stuff. I'm like, heck yeah. God had me basically command that these people's gifts are taken from them in Jesus' name, right? So I snatched these gifts from her in Jesus Christ's name. And then after that, I now cast it into the abyss. She shall never get these gifts back. Okay, in Jesus Christ's name of Nazareth. And then from there, like, so he basically told me take her gifts and throw them in a pit. She's not getting them back. And I was like, that is so messed up. Well, it's not messed up, but like, I didn't know that the devil can like give you a gift and then be like, nah, psych. So I mean, God was in control, but I was like, dang. So even witches can lose gifts. Like, and what's so messed up about it, I know I'm kind of going off topic, is they literally do rituals and they do witchcraft to get these gifts. They do witchcraft to see in the spirit, to hear in the spirit. You get what I'm saying? So then you did all that and you failed this assignment of binding me in my sleep. You know what I mean? And now you get your gifts taken. Like the devil's not gonna be like, oh yeah, let her keep her gifts. Like, no, you're trash. I'll find somebody else to use. Like, I'm like, oh. And I said this before on my other live, like the devil hates them. The devil hates everybody that serves him because they're loyal. He wasn't loyal. You get what I'm saying? Because they do love spells. He don't like love. He hates God. You know what I mean? Like, so he just hates these people. So he's not going to fight for you to keep anything. And I was just like, dang. But yeah, God had me cutting the cords of communication. So if they're watching you on some type of device, sever it. For all the ones that had altars, let the images be burned in Jesus' name of Nazareth, right? Jesus Christ's name of Nazareth. So it's just things like that that God will tell you to do. Any lines of communications, because sometimes they even use bugs and stuff like that. So, declaring and decreeing that your home is a no-fly zone, a no-crawl zone. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. If you're finding like weird bugs in your house, I had maggots. I already explained that. I had maggots earlier this week. That's part of witchcraft. I'm not trying to get too much into it, but hopefully my bathroom is not dirty. This is another, I don't want my shorts in there. This is another thing of witchcraft. So they came in, marked the mirror, took a piece of the mirror. So it just be stuff like that. Like they will come in your home and get to doing stuff. All right. So they were able to do that because I allowed a family member that was practicing witchcraft in my home. So if God is saying like they're practicing witchcraft, even if you think it's little, even if you think it's tarot, even if you just know like, oh, they wear crystals around their necks, they cannot come into your space. Because what happens is it's like a pet. When you have a pet and your pet has fleas, there's a possibility, not all the way, always, but there's a possibility that it can get in the couch or in the carpet or in the clothing. So like God is saying like, do not allow them in your house. Okay. I saw a wasp. A wasp was in my house. The maggots. It was just odd bugs beetles. I'm like, what? Caterpillars. I'm like, why are all these bugs in my house? So if you've been seeing signs like that, yeah. Mikey didn't have bugs in his room. Yeah, honey, like no. God he's speaking through everything. So just be mindful of that. But whoever this is for, the witch tried to siphon your energy. Can somebody Google siphon and put in the comments? Because I don't want to leave this video without putting that up. And I know the Lord is dropping in my spirit to put the definition of siphoning in this video. So they were trying to suck your energy dry. Some of them, like I said, doing destiny swaps. And that's the thing too. Like these people aren't prophetic, okay? They're false prophets, but they don't get the revelation like how we do. So when somebody does a destiny swap, I remember I was going through it, right? And somebody on YouTube specifically was trying to do a destiny swap. At the time, I was working like 40 hours and I was getting paid like $12 or something like that an hour. And I was having vehicle problems. So I'm like, if they you would have swapped to being overworked and barely paid and with a not good vehicle. You get what I'm saying? So people don't realize that, like, I had another sister and she's in a wheelchair. So shout out to her if she's listening. But she had said that somebody that was messing with her in that type of way is now in a wheelchair. And it's like when you destiny swap, you're not just swapping finances, you're swapping situations. You get what I'm saying? So they don't know your situation and you're going through it. So now here they are going through it because they wanted your situation. And it just be stuff like that. Like, come on, man. No, I'm saying like, can you put the definition of siphon? But yeah, people they don't think that deep. They're like, oh yeah, I just want what she got. Like, okay, so here goes her mental health problems. Here goes her spiritual baggage. Here goes whatever she has that she don't really, you know what I mean? That's terrible or she didn't even want. Some of these problems we don't want. Here goes the health problems that she had that she didn't tell nobody. You get what I'm saying? You never know. Somebody could be really sick. You know what I mean? Transferring or drawing of liquid or other resources, often in a secretive or underhanded way. So she was siphoning, transferring. Now, when I say energy, like the liquid, that's what the Lord dropped in my spirit, like the energy. But the other resources, like I said, could be finances. You don't know if you grew out your hair, but you don't know if this person, has health problems or anything like that, financial problems that they're not talking about. And people be doing destiny swaps and they be on the short end of the stick. That's why you shouldn't want what someone else has because you don't know what's going on in the behind the scenes, right? So it's just things like that. I hope this has helped somebody. I really want to clean up. So Am I going to clean up? I probably am going to clean up. I love you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see y'all later. Bye.